What's up, y'all? This is John Helm with Helm Shop and Smithy, back with another knife making video. If you follow my channel, you probably noticed that I haven't been uploading a lot of videos lately, and that's because I had a big furniture build that I was doing, and I really just couldn't afford the extra time that filming takes. So I went ahead and just banged that out. Now I have a bunch of other commissions that I have to work on. I am still a little bit crunched for time, but I really feel like the biggest hurdle for me isn't the extra time that it takes to film and edit all these videos. It is working in my shop, because I don't have a dedicated woodworking area and a dedicated metalworking area, because I don't have a lot of space. And as such, it means that I have to completely set up the shop for a woodworking build and then break it all down and set it up again for any type of metalworking build. And the piece of furniture that I just made involved both, so it was really just a huge pain in the ass. I gotta do something about it. I also don't have a lot of outlets in the shop. A bunch of the outlets that are already in here don't work very well, or they don't work at all. Also, I just got a new forge. It's starting to get warm out. I can't just leave this forge inside the garage running while I'm forging stuff. So I'm gonna have to make some sort of cart so I can roll it out of the garage door. But the garage door is way over there, and my anvil and my leg vise are right here. So obviously that's not gonna work out either. So at this point, I was hoping to go through what my plan is to get all this situated, but to be quite honest with you, I don't really have a cohesive plan. I just have kind of a basic idea of what I need to accomplish, and it's just gonna take a lot of trial and error while I'm moving things around to get it there. Anyway, I need to stop talking, I need to stop thinking first and foremost, and I need to just start working. So, cue the time lapse. First couple things moved. Man, that anvil and the leg vise, they were really stuck down to the ground. It was hard to get them out. I got it, but now I have a bunch of bolts sticking up out of the ground, so I need to cut them out. I can't believe I just did that. When I mounted those, I told myself, this is finite. This is where these are gonna live forever. I bolted them in with 3/4 inch threaded rod. It's giving me anxiety. Well, it took a little bit of a break from moving all that wood out of the way and sorting everything to try to work with that electrical outlet back there, and I can't figure out what's wrong with it. I can't get anything to work when I plug it in there, but everything looks like it's wired appropriately, so I don't really know what is going on. I'm gonna run across the alleyway. My neighbor is an electrician, and I'm gonna see if he can help me get that sorted out before I start putting everything back up on this wall. All right, it's a couple hours later, and luckily we were able to get all that worked out, and now I have power in every outlet in the entire garage, and I am psyched about it. I'm not exactly sure where I'm gonna wind up putting my anvil and my post vise. I'm probably gonna need to do quite a bit of forging before I really decide where the best place is for it to find its forever home. So for now, what I'm gonna do is just stick it to a temporary base. I have this 45-pound bumper plate that I got from the gym when I dropped it doing a clean, and it cracked right in half. They told me I could have it. So I'm just gonna bolt it down to that with some lag bolts for now. There are 4 lag bolts, and you can see the footprint on the post vise is big enough that it will hold all of the separate pieces together. Obviously that's not an ideal situation, but it'll be good enough until I figure out where in the shop I want to permanently fix this to the floor. There we go. Definitely not the best base I could have on here, but it's okay. I just need to be a little bit careful while I'm using it until I get a better mount for it. So this will work for the time being, hopefully. And I gotta tell you, I'm feeling pretty good about this new setup. There's so much more room in here. You could actually park a car in here if you want to. Don't tell my wife that. But the most important thing here is that I have ease getting around from tool to tool, and almost all the tools that I use on a regular basis will always be plugged in, so I can just hit go and it goes, which is just gonna make everything so much easier. But I am filthy, I am exhausted, I'm starving. Quite frankly, my Adderall is starting to wear off, so I need to wrap it up for today. I'm gonna come back in the morning and finish this up. There's not a whole bunch left to do, which is awesome. So I'll be back in the morning and we'll wrap this up. It is the next morning and I've already spent a couple hours out here in the garage getting everything mostly just cleaned up. I didn't really have a lot of organizing left, but everything was just covered in dust and there was crap all over the floor. So everything is finally set up and I can do a little bit of a shop tour. And here is the workshop now. Here's my forging area, anvil, post vise. The forge is now on a roller cart so I can roll it out of the garage door when it's lit. I don't have an area to hang my tools anymore, which sucks because I had to sacrifice that cart for the forge. So that's something that I'm gonna need to remedy in the near future. Right now I have a little storage container with a lid on it that I stuck all my hammers in. And it'll work for the time being. I gave away my old quench tank. Now I have this big oxygen tank that someone was nice enough to give to me. So I'm going to be making a quench tank out of that in the near future. Here is the area that has all my stuff that I use for making handles primarily. All my finishing work. I have sandpaper, files, tape, all that jazz that you saw me put on there when I made that knife maker's organizer in my previous video. So I have the bench grinder over here and the big red vise. All my PPE, handle materials, etching station, toolbox with all my toolbox stuff. Here is the welding table. I'd like to make a new welding table at some point as well because this one is just a bunch of railroad type plates welded together. It works, but it's not perfectly flat, so it's difficult to get good angles if you clamp down to it. Or giving away. I did give away a lot of stuff. And now over on this side of the shop I have the table saw, the miter saw, and the shop vac. The shop vac is hooked up to the miter saw and the table saw, and they are all plugged in. So exciting. At some point I'd like to turn this pottery kiln into a heat treating kiln. I don't know how to do it. I've watched some videos, it doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna go back to it later when I hopefully am a little bit smarter. But whenever that happens, it'll be seated over here where the disc grinder is, and the disc grinder will get moved over here to the handle making station. So obviously this is very much a garage shop. It's not anything super impressive, and it's not even ideal for a garage shop. There are definitely a lot of other things in here that I need to do before it gets to where I want it to be. But this is a vast improvement from where I was before, man. It was bad. I've had countless configurations in this garage over the years, and every time I do it, it gets a little bit better, but it's never perfect. There's always something else that I need, or something else that I want rather, that will help me get work done faster, more easily, more efficiently. So anyway, I'm really excited to start making some knives in here. So make sure that you subscribe and hit the notifications bell so you can see when I put those videos up. And until next time, y'all have a good one.